I want to challenge the panelists to take one more turn, very briefly, and I will ask you to refocus on one of the questions that you have addressed, but remove the issue of what's been done wrong. Set that aside. The question I would like you to address is, because as Senator Torricelli says, there'll be all new leaders next year anyway, and possibly a new chance at policy. So let's set aside regrets about past policy. Is the Iran regime succeeding or failing? And the thesis I want you to consider is this. Ayatollah Khomeini set out to create a hegemony of religion where the Shia world would regard him as essentially the representative of the 12th Imam of the Prophet. If you just look at that question, his only adherents in the region are a couple of militias in Iraq, a militia on the payroll in Lebanon, a fairly secular dictator who's besieged in Damascus, and no one else. Ayatollah Sistani is a leading Shia cleric, does not follow Khamenei and the supreme leader or the Velayat Faqih. There is no adherence. And the thesis is that they turned to the nuclear threat as compensation for the failure of this effort to become the hegemon of the Islamic world, and that this was a secondary option. And therefore, they didn't think they gave it up. As Bob Joseph has just explained to you, giving up the nuclear capability was absolutely inconsistent with their own sense of survival. So with just that alone, could we go around the panel one more time and give us your take, not on what to do about it, but is Iran's regime acting out of weakness? Did they not come to the table because they lacked legitimacy? They needed international attention. They needed some kind of legitimacy from the P5+1. They needed money. They needed to show their people all the things you've said. But weakness or strength? Are they on the ropes or are they on the ascendant?